a todo mi gente mexicano que está aquí. Viva la raza! But yeah, no, this is huge for me, for my career. Yeah, man, I'm excited to step into tomorrow.
Best of luck.
Chaos breaks loose at the final win as Ryan Garcia nearly comes to blows with Mario Barrios. And in that instant, the calm, monk mode narrative surrounding Ryan cracks wide open. What was supposed to be a routine face-off suddenly feels volatile. The controlled, focused version of Ryan we've been hearing about all camp collides with raw fight week adrenaline. And the energy shifts from composed to combustible in seconds. One moment it's a traditional stare down.
I've already said it all, I've done it all, and now I'm just ready to kick. I'm going there and just this man up. You don't understand. I'm gonna him up. You don't know what I've been training like. You don't know the vision I have. You do not know I'm on fire. I'm on fire. I'm on fire. I'll break this whole thing right now. That's how I'm firing. I'm strong. I'm strong. I'm strong. I'm strong. And I'm louder than that whole team. They got like 5 people there. Look how loud. Woo! We couldn't hear you, bitch.
1 second.
Next, the tension feels like it might explode. You can sense that thin line between promotion and genuine emotion starting to disappear. There's always theatrics during fight week, but this felt different, like pride and pressure were mixing in real time, and neither man was willing to give an inch. If you rewind to the press conference, intensity was already building. Ryan spoke with cold confidence, framing Barrios as simply the next obstacle, while hinting that he's coming into this fight stronger, sharper, and mentally reborn. He sounded like a fighter rewriting his own story.
Fully reborn.
I just think that I'm one of those guys that I will just beat him. And I just think that everybody thinks he's just some savant in the ring, and I'm just here to take that away. That's pretty much what it is. They thought Devin Haney was the same way. He's unbeatable. That's what Eddie Hearn said, right? And then when I beat his ass. Same thing with Shakur. I know people are saying he's pound for pound, this and that, but I don't see it. He gonna have to prove it. I beat him in the amateurs. I'll beat him again, and I will hurt him. You don't understand me? Like, I will humble him in ways that he's never been humbled before.
Presenting himself not as a man recovering from mistakes, but as one stepping into a new chapter. Barrios responded in a completely different tone. Calm, controlled, almost dismissive. He carried himself like a champion who believes execution matters more than emotion. That contrast felt cinematic, Ryan projecting ignition, Barrios projecting containment. One voice loud with belief, the other steady with certainty. It created a psychological tension long before gloves ever touch.
Which ultimately is going to make him very dangerous inside the ring. But I see a Barrios who is confident, a Barrios who's coming off a draw with the legendary Manny Pacquiao, which counts for a lot because, trust me, when Ryan hits him and he goes down, he's going to get right back.
When two fighters with opposite, emotional temperatures meet face to face, sparks are inevitable. That near scuffle wasn't just drama, it revealed mindset. Ryan looked charged, urgent, almost vibrating with purpose. Barrios remained composed, shoulders relaxed, posture steady. It was passion versus patience. That difference might matter more than any statistic. Barrios' composure stands out even more in contrast. While words fly outside the ring, he appears to be calculating internally. The verbal exchanges don't rattle him. He looks like a champion who has already processed the noise and...
Oh man, I just want to be sharp. I just want to show people how sharp I am. You know, when you put a pressure on yourself, it kind of sometimes you force things. So I think
you feeling like, are you putting pressure on yourself?
No, I'm just saying, like, if you try to predict what you want or like envision how it should be, you know, you kind of get too, you know,
like in your head about it. Yeah.
You know, I'm just here and you're gonna see me fight my best I can fight.
Filed it away. That quiet confidence might become the real weapon. On fight night, especially if the early rounds get tense, that weigh-in tension flows directly into Oscar De La Hoya's preview. When Oscar talks about the first bell, the butterflies and adrenaline colliding, It feels like he's cutting past the surface drama and getting to the psychological core. He openly says Ryan lacked motivation in the Raleigh fight and paid for it. That's not criticism of skill. That's criticism of mindset. Coming from a legend, it carries weight. But Oscar also says he sees a different Ryan now, a motivated one. That's where the danger increases.
Putting it together, it's a matter of having the love for the sport once again. Remember what got you here. Don't remember where you're gonna go. Remember what got you here. So I see a Ryan that's focused. I see a Ryan that's determined. I see a Ryan that really wants it. So I think come February fight night, it's gonna be a very, very intense fight for both guys.
And that reflective,
A focused version of an already explosive puncher is a serious problem for anyone. Still, he reminds us that Barrios is confident after going the distance with Manny Pacquiao. That experience builds resilience. Oscar even hints that if Ryan drops him, Barrios is the kind of fighter who gets back up. That sounds less like a quick knockout prediction and more like a warning that this could turn into a battle, Oscar adds. Another layer when he mentions the trainers in opposite corners and the mental games involved. Suddenly this fight feels less like speed versus discipline and more like composure versus chaos control. He describes Barrios as predictable but determined, while Ryan is the unpredictable element. That unpredictability is what makes...
Oh man, I just want to be sharp. I just want to show people how sharp I am. You know, when you put a pressure on yourself, it kind of sometimes you force things. So I think
you feeling like, are you putting pressure on yourself?
No, I'm just saying, like, if you try to predict what you want or like envision how it should be, you know, you kind of get too, you know,
like in your head about it. Yeah.
You know, I'm just here and you're gonna see me fight my best I can fight.
The matchup feel volatile. One man thrives on structure, the other on momentum. Oscar keeps saying it comes down to who wants it more. And in a fight where redemption meets championship pride, hunger becomes everything. Then Ryan speaks, and the tone shifts again. Doesn't sound uncertain. He sounds convinced that the chaotic chapter is behind him and that a championship chapter is beginning. He frames past trainer changes and turbulent camps as lessons that shaped his character rather than setbacks. That perspective can signal growth, or it can signal overconfidence. He talks about rededicating himself to discipline and sacrifice, which aligns with the calmer version we've seen in camp footage. But when he says Barrios won't handle the speed and that punches will come from everywhere, that familiar Ryan swagger returns.
his explosiveness can absolutely tilt the fight in dramatic fashion.
Coming from the fight with Devin Haney, right, and that didn't go the right way for him, right, got suspended, etc. Then you fight Rolly, who most people bet their life savings on that he would win that fight, and he lost. He's got to come back and look good and win. I think Ryan knows that.
What do you think when you see him posting those videos? You've been in the game a long time. You're a throwback Philly fighter.
I go by consistency. And when you look how you looked against Rolly, and
speed has always been his advantage when he's locked in mentally. When Ryan says Barrios brings nothing, he hasn't seen before, that confidence borders on risky. Durable champions often surprise opponents who underestimate them. Then the conversation shifts to Shocker Stevenson, and Ryan's intensity spikes again. He speaks like someone who already sees himself as champion. He's talking about future opponents before securing the present victory. That blend of calm tone and aggressive vision is fascinating. If his internal alignment is real, this isn't about hype, it's about validation. Max Kellerman adds perspective by comparing Ryan to a Rocky III before Clubber Lang moment, elite talent, but optics that invite scrutiny. That's not nostalgia, that's a warning. Abe Rosado reinforces it by questioning Ryan's discipline while